Hello and welcome back to Holistic at Home. I am the Holistic Homemaker and I am coming to you with another check yourself video because I got checked, right? Okay, so I have my handy dandy notebook because I don't want to forget anything that was given to me. So I just want to relay to you all the information that I received or the conviction that I received to hopefully prevent you from being convicted for this, right? Okay, so the first thing is the first note, I guess, is whenever I do a check yourself video, it's because I got checked. So this is not to condemn anybody. This is not to, offer conviction to anybody. This is because I got convicted and I wanted to share this with you. So, like my pastor says, if you can't say amen, just say ouch. If the shoe don't fit, don't put it on, right? Okay, moving on. Okay, so I'm going to start this out with, we see a lot of grand, I guess, like these major success stories of homeschool where, there's like the 16-year-old and they have 3 degrees, or the kids, or the child is, 17 or 18 and now they're a doctor and they're about to go practice like Doogie Howser style, which is amazing, right? Congratulations to them. And I think that while that may not be, a conscious goal that some of us have, it may be like in our subconscious, like maybe that could happen to our family, Because let's be honest, like who would hate for that to be their child that's 18 years old and is a doctor, right? But while that could be a subconscious goal or something that you're subconsciously hoping would happen, it could actively work against your conscious goals. If you want homeschooling to stay fun, if you want homeschooling to be self-directed, that may not be, that subconscious goal may not be conducive to what goals you have concrete, and this is really what you want, right? So keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to share my story. This is what happened to me very recently. So last Friday, our 6-year-old, our 6-year-old had his parent-teacher conference. So, like I told you guys, he is in public school in kindergarten, and so I went to meet with his teacher to see, his progress or whatever. So at the beginning of the year, because this is our second parent-teacher conference of the year. At the beginning of the year, he was already testing where he should be now. And because, he went into school, he could already read, he could already write, he could already do some, math. He could already, was past, knowing his, letter recognition, past number recognition. That was like, Anyway, so whenever he was first tested, he was testing where he should be now. So now, last Friday, whenever they tested him and, the scores that we went over, he's testing where, like, he's testing well into the first grade. And actually the teacher even brought up at our next duty station, whenever we get him in school, which we're not getting him in school, but I didn't, bring up that we're going to be homeschooling. At our next duty station, having him tested for gifted and talented programs, but there isn't one at his current school, so there's that. Okay, so I received that information, and I was proud of my baby, right? And I bragged on my baby. And I was proud of him because, he's doing so well and he's working. And that's one thing that she said, that he works so diligently and everything, and I know that. Like, he just is so focused, right? And I was proud of him, but I was also proud because I felt like the work that we've been doing, that we've been putting in for years, right, it's been paying off because he's doing so well. So when I say I bragged on my baby, I bragged on my baby, guys. Like, as soon as I got out, my husband was out of town, like I told you guys. I called my husband. Whenever I got home, I spoke with, he was there, so he heard this. I spoke with his para, who was babysitting them. She goes to church with us. She's amazing. So I spoke with her, and we were both bragging on him. And she was saying, "Oh yeah," because she leads his reading group. "Oh yeah." Whenever we're in our reading group, we don't even look at the kindergarten books. We look at 1st and 2nd grade books, even though, they may not be supposed to push them as hard as 2nd grade. But, they've read 2nd grade books. I called my parents. We bragged to my grand. We talked to my husband's parents. So, we gassed my baby up. We really did. Okay, so, and not that we should be proud of his achievements, but I think I hammered too hard that he's testing as a 1st grader, right? It's because what happened was he came to me and he said, "Mom, are you proud of me?" And I said, "Of course I'm proud of you, baby." He said, you're proud of me because I'm testing at a first grade level, and you really said that. You're proud of me because I'm testing at a first grade level, and before I could say yes, I got convicted, right? Because is that what I'm proud of, or am I proud that he's working hard and his hard work is paying off, right? Because what if at some point he's at his grade level? What if one of my other children don't test ahead? What if he keeps testing ahead, but one of my other children don't test ahead, right? So I think we should be careful praising, I guess, excellence, or, just, exceeding the expectations more than dedication, right? Because what if somebody's natural ability is just like they can breeze through school and get B's or even get A's, but they don't really try? But if you have another child that's working their tail off and is really working diligently, and they work hard and, get a B, right? But that's the hardest, that's the effort that they put in. They work their tail off for that B. So are you more proud of the child that, could breeze through, or less proud of the child that didn't excel, but really worked hard? And so in that moment, like I said, before I could say yes, I got convicted, because that hit me. Because yes, it's exciting, right, that he's ahead, but I don't want to put that in his head that I'm proud of him because of that. Because again, what happens if that's, just this year? Or what happens if his brothers overhear that and mommy is proud of Graydon because he is testing at a first grade level. So whenever I am in whatever grade, I need to be testing above what I am for mommy to be proud of me. And that's not necessarily a fair expectation to have, because, in our home, we emphasize trying your best. I get that, you may be frustrated because you didn't get something the first time. You may be frustrated because you're not doing something as well as somebody else. However, are you trying your best? Are you giving your best effort? Because if you are, that's all we can ask of you. That's all you can ask of yourself, right? I can't be mad that you can't do X, Y, and Z if you're giving it the best that you can, right? Because what else do you have to give other than your best? Nothing, right? So there's that. And so something that I've started saying with the boys, even before that, whenever I notice that they're working diligently. And we don't say working hard, because my dad made me stop saying that whenever I was a kid, that saying something was hard or whatever, because he would tell me rocks are hard, tasks are difficult. So that's what we have adopted that as our family. We don't say things are hard. I don't tell them they're working hard. I'll say that they're working diligently, or I see that you've been dedicated to X, Y, and Z. And we don't say tasks are hard. We say they're difficult, like I said. Anyways, so I tell them that I acknowledge, appreciate, and respect their efforts. And I say it a lot. I'll say it, if they've been working really diligently on reading a certain book. No, go sit down. I'll say it if they've been working really diligently on doing some math. Whether or not they got every word correct, whether or not they got every equation correct, that doesn't matter. Did they give their best effort? Because that is what we're looking for, right? And if giving your best effort leads you to excelling, that's wonderful. If giving your best effort does not lead you to excelling, then we just continue to give your best effort, and then not what you get is what you get, but you just continue to give your best effort. Another note I put is to, like I said, just to acknowledge their work. So, mommy noticed that you were really dedicated at doing this. Mommy noticed that you got frustrated, but you persevered. Mommy noticed whatever. But I think that we need to focus on the effort more. I'm not saying not to focus on the outcome, because we should focus on the outcome. We do hope that our children are meeting these milestones. We do hope that our children are meeting these expectations. But let's focus on the effort that they're putting into those expectations, right? Because like I said, your child may not always get straight A's, but that doesn't mean they're not trying their very best. And should they feel bad because their very best is not, an A in calculus? I'm going to be honest with you. Hopefully, like I said, we all hope that our children, like you hope that your child takes a step above what you are. I didn't take calculus. I don't even know what calculus is. Houston, put that down. Put it down now. He has a scooter above his head. I think he was about to throw it at his older brother. Anyways, so I'm not even sure what calculus is. But if my child is trying his best and he gets whatever in calculus, okay, because honestly, I couldn't help him. We would have to go to math lab or get him a tutor because I'm not sure what calculus is. Anyways, so like I said, what if your child doesn't always exceed your expectations, but they're trying really, working really diligently to meet those marks? Should they feel bad about that? Should you not be proud of them? Right? And I think that's kind of one of those things that what I was doing or what was happening could have led to. Because I know, especially our oldest son, he internalizes a lot of things. And he is a very focused child. And so I honestly do think he would have taken it. And like, that would have been, people have those things that, are, okay, that was strange. People have those things that kind of shape who they are as a person because their parents said something like really minute. And really, it wasn't that bad, but the seed that it planted was not a good tree. And I think that would have grown into a bad tree in my son because he takes things so seriously. And I have to remind him, often, are you trying your best? Because he wants to excel in everything, right? And so I think that seed would have been planted in him and grown into something bad because he is such a diligent child and he's not serious in that he doesn't have fun, but he does take things very seriously. So I just wanted to come to you guys and share that with you in hopes that, one, that it blesses you, and in hopes that, you don't get convicted. Or if you have done that, and do not feel embarrassed or ashamed because I was headed down that road. If you have done that, it's not too late to talk to your child and turn it around, right? Like I said, we're all learning, right? And so you see these, like, we spoke earlier, you see these, major success stories, and who doesn't want that? But I don't think it's a bad thing to want that, but I think that there are ways to get that aren't damaging to your child. I think there are ways to go about, saying things or to behaving a certain way or insinuating certain things that could be damaging to your child. And I know I want to prevent that, and I'm sure that you guys want to prevent that as well, right? So that's what I wanted to come to share with you. I hope you guys are all having an amazing day. I hope you guys are all being productive. Remember to focus on effort, right? Even the Bible says, study to show yourself approved. You don't just get approved. You study for it. That is effort. Focus on the effort. Let's celebrate their outcome. Let's focus on the effort that they're putting forth too. He sees himself. He's about to get excited. Okay, so as always, I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you're being productive. And like we always say, be patient with yourselves and each other, and give grace to yourselves and each other. Have a great day.